What's up, everybody? It's your guy Q, the movie collector, here again. Back again with another video. This time, it's not going to be a 4K, but this time it's a Blu-ray review. Coming to us straight from my guys over in the UK. I picked up a nice little chunky box set, if you will, because I love their chunky box sets. I would probably say they're probably my second favorite, or sometimes first favorite boutique label. Talking about the Second Sight's release of The Coffee Table. Now, this movie, oh my gosh, I don't know where to begin. So I'll try to not spoil this. This is one of those movies where I literally cannot say much about it without spoiling the movie for you guys. But this is a Spanish film, so there are English subtitles, and most importantly, even though this is a Blu-ray, and people know Second Sight for having region-locked Blu-rays, but in this case, this movie's region-free. Believe it or not, it is region-free. I think the other one that I have from them that's region-free was The Borderlands. Great movie, by the way, so I highly suggest you guys check it out. But I think that was the only other one that was region-free, and I think The Hitcher. I could be wrong, but anywho, this movie, wow. Wow. I don't know what was going on through the director, Kay Casas or Casas. I don't know what was going on through his mind when he decided to make this movie, but man, I'll tell you, if you look this movie up, the description of it listed as a dark comedy. Is it a dark comedy? No. At least I don't think it's a dark comedy anyway. But anyway, the movie is about this married couple. They just had a baby, and they go shopping for new furniture because they moved into the husband's late mother or grandmother's home, and they're just doing it over and everything. So they go out furniture shopping to look for new furniture, and the husband is very persistent on purchasing this coffee table. And him and the wife, they bicker back and forth about this coffee table because she thinks it's hideous. And then the sales guy there is basically selling the world to the husband, which his name is Jesus and the wife's name is Maria. He tries to sell the world onto him, telling them that it's going to bring them good luck to their family and all this other stuff. And so, say for sure, the wife allows the husband to have his way and get this coffee table. Well, they get the coffee table home. The husband sets it up. The wife goes away to do some grocery shopping, and from that point, let's just say, the throttle gets pressed and it never lets off. This was one of the movies that really played on my anxiety a lot. I know that's a bit much. I will say this: my jaw was like this the whole time watching. But yeah, it's this movie is an emotional roller coaster. I mean, you feel pretty much everything that is going on in the moment. It's hard to really describe it. It's kind of like one of those things, like if you're in a room with someone and you can tell that there's some, they feel out of place. You typically can feel those vibes. That's what I got from watching this movie. I will say this: if you have kids, this may be an extremely hard watch for you. That's all I'm gonna say. But Second Sight gave it an amazing treatment, as they do with all of their releases. You get a nice chunky box set, as you'll see here. Nice chunky box set. And I don't keep, when it comes to Second Sight and their J cards, I don't keep the J card attached to the chunky box just because they're really flimsy and they only tape it on the front. So I fold it up and stick it in the case. So, and typical fashion. Okay, so in typical fashion, they give you these nice postcards or whatever you want to call them, art cards, which I've never been a fan of art cards. I don't care what label it is. And one of the things I found pretty amazing about this is how thick the booklet is for this. This is a Blu-ray booklet. This is, let's see, how many pages are in here? There are 115 pages. 115 pages. Chunky book. So you got a chunky book here. But it comes loaded with features. Let's start off with the picture quality anyway. It's been rumored that they were originally trying to do a 4K of this. I'm here to say that I'm very satisfied with the film, with how it looked, because it's one of those newer films, so it's expected to look great. But I thought it looked really great. The director did an amazing job with filming this movie. The other thing too is you get a DTS Master Audio 5.1 track on it, which sounds amazing. And then you also, you get an audio commentary by Zoe Rose Smith and Amber T. And you also have an interview, which is a really good interview with the director. It's called What Scares Us the Most. He talks about all of his films he's done, as far as all of the indie films he's done in the past that, he's actually, debuted at film festivals. And he talks about the journey of making this movie. And then there's also, there's another interview here with the actor David Perega. Sorry if I'm butchering his name, but that's the guy who plays as Jesus. It's called A Sensory Journey. I need to finish watching that part of it, because he was going in depth about, how he found it funny after the movie wrapped. And I would tell you guys, I do not find this movie funny in the slightest bit. Now, I will say the funny parts in this movie mainly had to do with the wife more than anything else, because she was just throwing all kinds of insults out about that coffee table. And then you also get an interview with the actress, Estefania de los Santos. She plays as the wife as Maria. And you also have an interview with the director of photography, Alberto Morago. And you have a postpartum. And then you also have the director of short films, RIP and Nada S.A. So, it comes loaded. I know Vinegar Syndrome did a very, very extremely limited release on this movie, I think late last year. But it sold out immediately. And then after it sold, because I didn't know anything about this movie. I had a bunch of friends that was telling me about this film, talking about, oh my God, you need to watch this. And I couldn't get my hands on it. So then I saw that Second Sight had actually announced they were coming out with their version of it. I was like, okay, I'll grab that one. Safe to say I'm happy I grabbed the Second Sight one, because, again, it's a chunky box. But it came loaded with features. I can't complain. I would say, honestly, that this movie is not for the faint of heart. Even then, I'm having to cleanse my eyes from watching this film. I'll probably watch maybe Sonic the Hedgehog 3 just to, get the willies away from watching that film. But I will say, if you're a fan of horror, like extremely dark horror, pick this movie up. But it's not for everybody. I would go off and say that it's definitely not for everybody, especially if you have kids. Let me say that again, especially if you have kids. But yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys like this video review, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I would definitely appreciate it, as I always do. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.